Hi, I'm Francis, the host of this show, Cooking with the Dog.
こんにちは。今日はココアの代わりに抹茶を使ってティラミスを作ります。
Let's prepare the ingredients. Cut the castella sponge cake into 7mm slices. Partially freezing the cake makes it easy to slice. Cut the two slices into small triangular pieces. These will be used to fill the gaps of the dessert bowl later. Next, add a small amount of hot water to the matcha green tea powder and mix it thoroughly. This process will help the matcha dissolve completely. Then, add the water and rum. Stir the matcha liquid well. Now, place the egg yolk in a bowl and add half of the sugar. Using a balloon whisk, beat the egg mixture thoroughly until it turns a light color as shown. Add 1/3 of the mascarpone cheese. Press it with a spatula and thoroughly combine the mixture. Add another 1/3 of the mascarpone. The mixture easily separates, so you might want to avoid using a hand mixer. Add the rest of the mascarpone and mix. Finally, lightly mix with a balloon whisk to combine it evenly. Next, float the bowl of egg white on ice water and lightly beat it with a hand mixer. Then, add the rest of the sugar in 3 steps. Now, the meringue begins to have a glassy texture. Thoroughly beat the meringue until it reaches a stiff peak stage. Lift the beaters to check if the stiff peaks form. Add half of the meringue to the cheese mixture. Lift the mixture with a balloon whisk and gently drop it into the bowl. This will help to avoid breaking the foam and also combine the mixture quickly. Add the other half of the meringue and combine. Unlike our previous tiramisu, this recipe doesn't heat the egg, so be sure to use eggs that can be eaten raw or find pasteurized eggs. Finally, lightly fold the cheese mixture with a spatula. Let's make the matcha tiramisu. Place the fruit granola into a dessert bowl. Arrange the castella slices onto the bottom. Authentic Italian tiramisu uses Savoiardi biscuits, also known as lady fingers, but other types of sponge cake are also used. Fill the gaps with the small pieces of castella. Using a pastry brush, soak the castella with a generous amount of the matcha liquid. Place the cheese mixture into the bowl and flatten the surface. Arrange the castella on top. The dessert bowl we used in the video serves 2 people, but you can also make the tiramisu in one large container for 6 people. Soak the castella with the matcha liquid again. Place the cheese mixture onto it. Castella is a relatively sweet sponge cake, so we use the minimal amount of sugar, but you can adjust the amount according to your taste. With a scraper, even out the surface. Finally, sprinkle on the matcha green tea powder. Clean the edges of the bowl and thoroughly chill the tiramisu in the fridge for 2 hours. This tiramisu doesn't use any heavy cream, but it has a rich taste and light and fluffy texture.
抹茶のグリーンが入る素敵なデザートができました。
We are very glad that one of the most popular Italian desserts goes great with Japanese matcha green tea powder. Good luck in the kitchen!